What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Ike Feldman, hanging out with my boy, Mr. Harry Mac Daddy. He's officially taken on the last name of Daddy. Some people can change their last names like Chad Johnson to Chad Ocho Cinco. Yes, there is somebody now, Harry Mac Daddy. He has to update all his social media. But
That's right.
if you're trying to follow him before he updates it, at BB Harry Mac, MAC Mac. This dude is on the scene, the local scene, way before Ike, me showed up. I'm just trying to be a part of the team and I don't know, be part of the Four Eyes team, which is
Yeah.
I totally joined. No, nobody, Justin Montalvo, who is going to be a center of a topic of discussion over the next couple minutes with Harry. Wears glasses, but won't publicly join the Four Eye Club. But my fellow member of the Four Eye Club, Mr. Harry Mack, aka Daddy. What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you having me on. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir. And thank God. This is like I'm glad we made it to this point. It's been a couple of weeks in the making, but I'm just glad this is as face to face in 2022 as this is pretty norm. I wanted to do like one of those like quick hitter interviews with the fighters. Like when you hear this word, what do you think of normalcy, essentials? And I just want to hear their one word answers. And I think we might get some crazy answers. I wasn't even trying to instigate the man who is fighting this Friday for ROC 75, Dennis Bazookia, who you did an amazing interview with, man. That's
Oh,
pretty
thank you,
cool.
thank you. I
I like
appreciate that.
the actual notebook style. Like I had a notebook, you had it the new notebook style.
Yeah, there you go.
It was very cool. The way you weaved in and out of your questions with humor, with wit, no stutters.
Oh, you're making me blush, Ike.
Dude, it was phenomenal. I'm glad that we can connect. But yeah, man, I wasn't even trying to instigate Dennis, and all of a sudden I said the wrong year, and he goes into a freaking mass thing, and I go, "Oh my god!" I literally told him before the interview, I go, "Dude, I'm not like these other media members. I'm not gonna instigate you or do anything." He brought
Yeah,
it
it
up.
doesn't take much sometimes.
I think that's a sign that things are starting to calm down. The cloud of darkness is slowly coming out behind us, and I think a big beginning of that is this weekend with the back-to-back events. You're going to be in Connecticut. Are you going to be in Atlantic City the night before, February 18th?
No, I couldn't swing the double trip. I would have loved to, honestly. It would have been awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna be up there tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow after work. Yeah, I'll get up there and then be up there Friday morning for the weigh-ins, all that good stuff. Hopefully,
Nice.
hopefully shoot some stuff with our buddy Kid Marvelous, Justin Montalvo, Aviv Ghazali. Yeah, it's gonna be a big weekend, man. It's a
Nice.
great weekend of violence.
I'm asking you now. I might have to use some of your footage. I know the what is it? Who is it?
Of
Will
course.
Harris, Anatomy of the Fighter? Is it?
Hmm.
The UFC just rip his footage without giving credit. But
Yeah, I
if you
saw
like
that.
to
That
quote unquote
sucks.
rip your footage, I will totally give you credit. For those of you that don't know, I'm doing a little mini documentary on Justin. So yeah, man, if you're doing some Friday stuff, that's gonna be awesome. Lucky you could get out there, man. I got a couple of extra limbs going on in my life. I got a baby boy, a wife. I got a couple other things going on, but you are free
Hey,
balling
listen,
and single.
priorities.
God bless you, man. You know what? One day, if this back-to-back thing ever happens, we might have to do like a swap carpool. You do a Friday, I do a Saturday, or vice versa. Man, we,
Okay.
we got to take over. We could do maybe a freaking if everything lines up. We do one of those Brett Okamoto years ago with Ariel Hawani on ESPN.
Yeah, the little
All
road
right.
shows.
All right. Justin Montalvo gets on the scale. He looks a little nervous. Oh, he's falling over. Yes. Okay. Have you ever heard those weigh-in shows?
Yeah, yeah. The OG like MMA hour, OG Helwani stuff.
Yes, yes.
Pre Disney.
So, how the hell did you get into the mixed martial arts scenes? And are you originally from Long Island?
I am, yeah. I grew up in Port Washington out here. I'm in Glen Cove these days. Yeah, this
Shout
is
out
this
to
is
the
where I'm
cabaret.
from, and yeah, and yeah, man, I grew up, and I think one day I was just like, first of all, I remember my buddy had one of the video games. I think it was like UFC like 1 or 2, and like we played so much of that shit with it was the one with like Lesnar on the cover, I think.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. 2010 is when it.
Yeah, yeah, about around that time, and then yeah, I remember like just scrolling on TV one day, and it was
Hold on.
like I saw Tough. Oh, yes, 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 that is the one.
I got it, man. I got it.
Yeah, dude, we used to play so fucking much of that shit, and so then like you go home and like all right, let me type these guys into YouTube. Like you see all the highlights, you're like, oh, this is fucking dope, and then like yeah, then you see Tough and all that stuff. Like I remember one of the things that got me into MMA, like one of my like earlier experiences watching MMA was, do you remember the show Bully Beatdown on
Oh, of course,
MTV?
Dan Miller.
Where it was,
Oh, that's
yeah, it was Mayhem Miller, and dude, they
man.
brought in like they had like Andre Arlovsky fought on that shit, and like Tyron Woodley, like guys who went on to be UFC champions. Yeah, we're fighting like average fucking bums. It
Oh
was
my god,
incredible. I
dude!
was
I'm
like,
gonna
this
use
is
that
this
as
is
my
so
take.
fucking cool.
The champion freaking fight. That we could get into a very very deep discussion of fighter pay, but that just says a lot right there.
Yeah, that's a fact. But yeah, it was like holy shit. Like these guys, like what I mean? It wasn't even just like just nobody's fighting. It was guys who would go on to be like very, very well-known fighters. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this is dope as hell. And then yeah, man, you just start following the sport. And yeah, a couple years ago, a buddy and me, we started this this little dumb website we do, the Bookie's Basement. And yeah, I was like, you know what, like I'm just gonna like post my way into covering this sport. And yeah, we started just like me and my co-host Ross, we would just like basically like we're like cold calling, we're like sending DMs, sending emails, just like whoever we could get on, and we always like, I'm a Long Island guy. Like I grew up watching Weidman. Like that was a big part of like why I fell in love with the sport. It was like, you know what, like this dude's like, he's not so different from me, other than the fact that he's a genetic freak and a fucking an athlete and all of those things. But it's like, he's a homegrown Long Island kid, the All American. Like I don't know what's not to love about that story, And then you got Raging Al and Aljo and all these guys, and yeah, man, it's crazy that I like kind of grew up watching these guys. Like I came into the sport with like them coming into the sport in their pro careers, and yeah, now getting to like just rub elbows with some of these guys. And like hey, we were hanging out with Weidman at an ROC event in Atlantic City a couple months ago. Like seeing Al and Aljo and Marab and Farola and all these guys at the gym. It's fucking crazy, man. I'm very grateful for everybody who, for some reason, continues to give us the time of day.
100%, man. You hear all these stories, even on Rogan. He talks about Ray Longo, Matt Serra, and you see Matt Serra, who's like,
Punch a hole in his fucking chest.
I want you to poke. Yeah, exactly, man. You see Serra, just like local guys doing a show with Jim Norton. He's like Dana White's best friend. It's like, it's pretty amazing, man. And it's the UFC champs, Chris Weidman, Matt Serra, Aljamain Sterling. I mean, freaking hats off, of course, always to Yaquinta for going 5 rounds with Khabib, the only person to go 5 rounds with Khabib on a
That's a
day's
fact.
freaking notice after training for Paul Felder, UFC 223. Amazing stuff there. And it's like they're within
He's a
arm's
legend of
reach.
the game.
Oh man, I was kind of a douche in my last interaction with Al Quinta. I'm like such a aquatics grandmother. The way I warm up, like I have to like roll around the mat, basically like a Dylan Montello warm up, where you're doing your like.
Oh, dude, you don't got to tell me. When I go to the gym, I have to spend like 5 minutes just stretching my hips out, or like I will blow one of them out, like 100%.
Get the hell out of it. I'm talking like 40 minutes for me to get loose, man. And Al's doing bench, and he goes, "You want to hop in here?" And I was like, all these theories, like you see The Hangover when Zach Galifianakis got all the numbers.
He's entering the matrix real quick.
Exactly. The fourth one just sucked. But it's like Al presents this opportunity. It's a like, cool factor. Oh man, my warm up factor. I'm like judging everything, and I'm like, Al, I got a long warm up. He's like, all right, like you're lost, buddy. He's like, you had a chance to live with a local legend. Do you know the Bagel Boss? Or the Bagel Boss doesn't know you. He knows me. And I was like, I regretted it after I started doing my little grandma warm up. But it's just, yeah, man, it's amazing. And I'm surprised they don't have like 2,000 members in that gym. It's like you're surprised. It wouldn't be like a Walmart factory. It's literally like just casually you could walk in. I'm just assuming it's just the intimidation factor that more local people aren't training.
Yeah,
You've been
I
there
think
a
that's
lot
definitely a
longer.
part of it. But yeah, man, no, I mean, everybody there is like like unbelievably welcoming, unbelievably like generous with like time and knowledge and everything. Like, it's a very welcoming environment. People are, as long as you go in there and you're positive and like, when you're there and you're trying to work, like people respect it. People will help you out. And yeah, it's an awesome thing. It's something I'm again, like very, very grateful for. It's like I had some health stuff. Like I got two bum hips with 5 fucking screws in them, and definitely never thought that I would be able to be like doing this shit again. And like everyone was very understanding of all of that. Like very like, all right, play it slow, play it like, get there. And yeah, man, it's quite an environment, but I definitely understand that like yeah, it's intimidating when you walk in there for the first time, man, and you look up and there's the fucking, Sarah and Weidman with the UFC championship belts on the banners, and then, a dozen other UFC fighters, high level fighters. Like I definitely understand how it's intimidating, but no, I mean, dude, if you're on Long Island, it's like something you've thought about. Like I couldn't recommend it enough, seriously. And
You
there's
ever
guys of like every skill level in there. You know what I mean? Like there's no shortage of absolute killers in there, but there's also guys like me who are just regular guys. You know what I mean? Like I'm not built like these fucking guys. I can't do the shit that they do, but I can still have fun trying.
there's the modest Mac, the at BB Harry Mac.
Yeah,
Maddie,
exactly.
the
That's
modest Mac.
just being modest. That's it.
How's it going with the ladies, man? Come on. You are a well-spoken guy. You obviously have confidence to walk into this temple of Shaolin Knights, as we're talking about. Come on, man. How's a single guy on Long Island? It's been a while for me.
Always good. I'm taken at the moment, but we're
Oh,
always doing good. We're happy.
okay. How long?
uh Not too long.
What are we talking, like 3 months?
No, no, like I don't know, like a little short of a year.
Ooh, the year is it's a big number,
Yeah,
big
there you
milestone.
go.
How'd you treat the Valentine's Day?
It was good, man. It was good, man.
That's a big first Valentine's Day, very important.
Yeah, yeah, that's facts.
I feel like we don't want to get into this.
I don't do I don't do the personal life all that much. I try my best to keep it all separate, but
Russ doesn't want it
what
out
are you
there.
gonna do? Yeah, exactly.
No, you guys do fantastic stuff at Bookie's Basement, thebookiesbasement.com. Very
Thank you,
fun stuff,
thank you.
very casual, man. You are true to life. Maybe after you close your laptop, like your Quinta and break it, you just slam it and you say, oh, fuck everybody. But man, the way you carry yourself is just super positive because I've seen some switches change. I'm happy when
Don't worry, I can be a miserable fuck, but yeah, man, in this environment,
what's your
doing this
secret?
stuff, I mean, dude, it's honest to God, like I really love this shit, man. I love doing this shit. I'm genuinely like I still it's all like unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? Like it's unbelievable that these guys give me the time of day. And like I've said it a bunch of times, but like I really, I couldn't be more grateful for it. Like it is, it's like you grow up as a kid and you dream about like being on ESPN and all that shit. And then like, yeah, I got to go do like PFL and all that shit. Like I can go into the ESPN app and like click on something and hear my own fucking voice. Like that's crazy to me, man.
Oh,
That's
like
crazy to
on
me.
a press conference or like you're
Yeah,
using?
the post fight pressers at PFL were on
Oh,
ESPN
wow.
Plus, which is it's wild to me, man. Like and yeah, like all these guys who absolutely do not, they don't nobody owes you nothing in life. Nobody owes you nothing. Nothing's guaranteed. So yeah, you just gotta enjoy it. I think that's really the key. You know what I mean? You can't fake being like genuinely passionate about something as corny of an answer as that is.
No, man, you exude happiness. As simple as
That's not, I don't know if that's something a ton of people in my life would agree with, but
you say
and
that
like I
like
said, in this environment,
the cold calling, and that reminded me of the Will Smith movie, the shooting your shot, basically the pursuit of happiness, when he sees the list and he just goes straight to the top, and it end up working out. And it's, you never know, man. You can't get what you don't ask for, and I believe that.
absolutely, man. I was about to say one of the few, big things that I have learned in my short time on this earth is just that, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna give it to you. Nobody's gonna serve life up on a silver platter. Like you just got to do it. You got to chase it.
100%, man. And what are your media goals? I literally presented this to Ray Longo, of course, the great striking coach out of Law MMA, Longo and Weidman Mixed Martial Arts Academy in Garden City on Commercial Avenue. I presented it. I said, Ray, are you ready for the TV cameras to come in here? He goes, okay, buddy, okay. Because I'm serious, man. If I come across some contact, if I could, I don't know, connect with somebody from the past, you'd never freaking know. I could totally. Yeah, Al Yaquinta is
There's a
like
lot of characters in that gym.
wildly entertaining. Justin, if you get him going, entertaining. Dennis, firm in his opinions, also entertaining, which is amazing. Steve Lee, that guy is made to be like in Congress fighting for mixed martial arts rights and fight. Like that guy is so well spoken, so cleaned up, zip tied.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be like the next Frankie Edgar in terms of like the way he vocalizes and his passion and his respect and protection of the fighters. Like Steve Lee's in Ray's hand in the gym in the future in great hands to Steve. I just think TV cameras, I don't know what MTV, they just show ridiculousness. Maybe some streaming network, Fox or somebody. There is a space there for it, man. What is that? My goal is to get, I don't know, Matt, Ray, and the whole gang on the cameras, and of course that'd be you and I getting on the squeezing our airtime, like
Of
being
course.
being goofballs, filming while they're trying to spar, and then we have to like trip them for the cameras, like Jersey Shore stuff.
Of
But
course. Of
dude, the
course.
whole
Like
dorm
some good
house.
old reality television.
Exactly. The whole dorm house. If they did you hear the story? Like Bryce Mitchell showed up at the house. He's fighting raccoons with Pumi. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he had all that crap on camera. So I don't know. Maybe in a year, 5 years, we'll get the reality show going. But what are your specific media goals?
That's a good question, man. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything that like set in stone. I think it's just like, at the end of the day, like, I'd love to be able to quit my day job and just be able to make a comfortable living, like covering fighting. You know what I mean? I think that's the ultimate goal, right? I can't really ask for much else.
Well, you have the drive. You're literally like driving to these local places. That dude, that's a step above. Like I worked with a guy who we have Daniel Cormier, Francis Ngannou coming in the studios. We're interviewing them for UFC 220 out in Boston. John Volante's out there, Shane Burgos, Calvin Cater. He doesn't want to make the trip. You got that in you, man. So it's like, come on. I
That's
know
what you
you,
got to do, man.
whether
That's
it's
what you
sitting on
got to
the
do.
toilet or laying on your couch after you smoke the blunt. What are some of your your dreams and maybe a year or 5 year goals? I'm fascinated by you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm not all that interesting,
You're
but
growing on me like a freaking ringworm.
yeah, I don't know, man. It would be awesome for the basement to take off, to be able to do it independently, to not
Renovations, or you
have
talking
to.
about the platform?
The bookie's basement, yeah, the website. I think it would definitely be awesome for, to be able to support myself doing that, do it independently, do it my own way. But if not, we'll figure out whatever we got to figure out.
What does that entail? Is that a 5 day a week show? Is that 5 hour podcast? Is that live on scene remote shows live from the Mohegan Sun? Imagine we're sitting there at the live
Yeah, bro.
broadcast table.
Dude, I'm trying. That's a fair point. I've been talking to some people. I'm trying to get on the desk at a regional show. That's one of my short-term goals. Get on the mic at some sort of local MMA event.
Okay, how do we do it? I know Ray does this thing with Lou. Ray knows Lou, knows Paul.
Right. Yeah, man. No, I've been
Let's figure it
honestly, I'm
out, man.
approaching it the same way. I'm just kind of hitting people up, and we'll see what happens. Eventually, we'll make it happen.
You practice patience, man. You're really doing it, and I respect it. And
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate all of it.
I'm about to name drop right now. Another person who practiced
Okay.
patience, who like has the whole world ahead of him. I had the opportunity to watch UFC 271 with Justin Montavo, the Kid Marvelous, fighting this weekend Bellator 274 alongside Aviv Ghazali. I had the opportunity to watch UFC 271 with him and his family, which was awesome. They didn't know that I was wearing a wire. No, I'm just kidding. But uh it's amazing. Like everybody around him, you could kind of feel the energy like buzzing just for his success. I'm even getting excited. Like I was practicing patience in interviews and sit downs and conversations with Justin, but then all of a sudden I get excited with the family. Like maybe his mother's worried about what could happen. Maybe his father's excited when he could get into the UFC. It's just excitement. And Justin just sitting there, sitting on the couch, farting, just watching the fights, taking it easy, digesting all that protein and peanut butter that he consumed. And it's like, man, just the amount of patience and the just sticking to the game plan. Like Dennis was literally like kissing the UFC with that fight against the guy that you pronounced his name beautifully, the guy with the crazy speed and knockouts, and he's 2-0,
Melsick, yeah,
2-0
that
in
dude
the
can
UFC.
scrap.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how these guys practice patience. You've been around them a lot longer. I've only just popped in for interviews, but you've like seen them for hours upon days upon years. What would you say is there just like, I don't know, the everyday attitude that is just a perfect level of ambition that they keep? Like, how can you kind of explain that for us?
That's a good question, man. I think it varies to a degree, kind of person to person. You know what I mean? I think people have different things that motivate them, and just different things that make them tick. But I mean, definitely discipline, I think, is a big common denominator, that there's just kind of a higher level of discipline than the average person possesses, to be able to, you know what I mean, get in that kind of shape, and hone your technique like that, cut weight, and all of that. So yeah, I mean, that would definitely be a big one. But I do definitely think it's kind of like it's subjective,
Meaning,
like it's just like I'm trying to figure out how to best explain it. Like
I thought you were gonna just hit a home run, man.
like just everybody has different things that motivate them. I know that's what I said already, but you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's necessarily any one thing that kind of unites everybody, other than, like, I guess, just being like a student of martial arts, like being there to level up and get better and train, and and that's like top down, I guess, too. That's not just like the high level guys. That's like the everyday guys that are just in there too. Like, people, a lot of people are in there just for the love of the game.
Am I overthinking this? Like, is it just the blueprints kind of been laid with Weidman, Vellante, that generation, and then this generation with Al, oh my gosh, Aljamain Sterling, Yaquinta, and it's just Dennis, Kid, Steve, Pumi. They kind of lean on that. James Gonzalez and everybody. I don't want to miss anybody, but is it that simple that they ask their elders essentially? Like, I know they're maybe like 5 to 7 years older, but is it that simple? Come on, man! Like you're there. You tell me you don't have a boom mic above the cage like that. If I'm in there, Ray, like Ray's like, "Why are you sweating?" I'm like, don't worry about it." Like I'm gonna get grilled with the good fellas, man. Come on, give me some insights. You're the man with the.
I appreciate that. No, yeah, I mean, I think guys have a lot of respect for the guys who are at the top. You know what I mean? Like, I was in the gym on Monday, and Aljo was there teaching an MMA class, and
Okay, now we're talking.
right, like I'm still working. I'm still working my way back into shape. I was sick for a little bit, so I wasn't taking class, but just the way that when Aljo stops around and pauses to teach technique or to show whatever we're drilling or whatever it is, like the whole, it's dead silent. You could hear a pin drop other than Aljo talking. Like it is every single person is laser focused on him. And, that goes for him, that goes for Frivola, that goes for Marab, all of these guys, like, and, not even just those guys, like Damien teaching boxing and like whoever's teaching the class, like guys, there's a lot of respect. You know what I mean? I think people, it's I think a big part of martial arts is like, for guys at that level, at least, is being able to pass on, what you've learned and kind of contribute to that next generation, like you said. So yeah, I think that's definitely a part of it. There's like a big there's structure in place.
Again, we're being joined by Harry Mack Daddy at BB Harry Mack on Twitter. Is it the same handle on Instagram?
Just at the bookies_basement on Instagram.
See, it's funny. We did the same exact thing. I got the double handles on Twitter, but I got the one handle on Instagram.
That's right. That's right.
You see where the tires start to slow down. Like,
yep.
You do not have a TikTok.
No.
See,
that's like the one form of brain poisoning I don't have.
I heard it's like Facebook now has been taken over long form for the 50-year-old plus.
Right.
Instagram is now, and Twitter is the 35-year-old range, and then TikTok, it's the teenagers just running away from us. They needed their own platform. And Tinder's for everybody in between, I guess. But
right.
Man, funny story. I was just setting up, getting ready, went to the back, took off the jacket on that the rack, the clothes rack they got it there. It looks like the Salvation Army. They're the way everybody throws their clothes on the rack in the back of MMA. But Aljamain Sterling was getting changed, and then I kicked down the door. No, Aljamain Sterling was getting changed, and somebody was on the outside there having a conversation. And I respect this. Justin and I are really connecting because we're very similar in the fact that, obviously he practices martial arts at a much higher level, but we practice martial arts. Yeah, we could defend ourselves, but we don't necessarily like confrontation. We're kind of passive, and it's like, we'll tell you exactly how we feel at a low level. And it's like, then we get upset when nobody hears us, and then we blow up, punch holes through walls. Oh man, it was a crazy party at Justin's house. Crazy. But anyway, Aljamain Sterling pulling no punches. It must have been a young guy who's trying to get into a pro fight. He had a up and down amateur career, and Aljo's like, "You're not putting in the work. What do you expect?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, man, but I'm better on fight night." He goes, "I'm a performer. I step up on fight night." He goes, "But you're not putting in your work." And I was just amazed. I was like, "Wow." I go, I don't know if this is who Aljo's been. Maybe his confidence is growing even more with the belt, or after the Sandhagen, with more of the attention, the podcast going on Rogan, like where it started, or maybe it's a day one. But that's pretty amazing that he's setting this guy straight. And if this guy doesn't listen, it's his fault. And I respect it. So when you're telling me like Aljo commands the room, I believe it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's like, some guys have a presence, you know what I mean? And Aljo definitely has that.
Oh man, what was it like after the Khabib Yaquinta whole time in the gym? That week was crazy. I find out
I wasn't there then.
Oh man, did you know that Justin was on the bus?
I heard that in I think in your interview, right?
Wait, did you put the wire on me when I was in?
No.
I think the first time I heard it was well, maybe I glossed.
Or no, well, I'm an idiot. I heard that today on the MMA hour. They were talking about it.
Oh, I'm glad you're
Felix Perez from the gym, one of Justin's friends, tipped off like Helwani's producer and told him some story about Justin, and they talked about it on the MMA hour, which was very cool. Helwani did.
Okay. Justin would have messed up Cocaine Connor. I think Justin could take it. That'd be a great fight. But I know we've been BSing for a while now. But to the fights, man. ROC 75. Dennis, James. Let's start with that. Dennis's main event.
Yes, sir.
Of course, the featherweight title on the line there against Josh Roller. Oh man, I think Dennis is gonna steamroll through this guy. Another guy, he's got the backing of Albania.
It's levels, baby. There's levels to this.
Do you think he's one big performance away from the UFC, getting on an undercard, or is it we're looking at the fall? Maybe he's that
I
prelim, makes his
Yeah,
debut at the MSG card.
we'll see, man. We'll see. Like that would certainly be fucking dope. And he's got to be on their radar. Like he put on a hell of a performance on the Contender Series. Didn't get the result he wanted, but yeah, since then he's been crushing dudes.
So
And yeah, I mean, like you said, I think Dennis probably, you want to be respectful, but I think Dennis probably steamrolls this kid. Yeah.
is you got an insight on his fight camp? Is this rinse and repeat? We obviously saw the performance he put on. Is he, as you mentioned, he's taking it to another level? Like how's Dennis looking during the process?
Yeah, I mean, he was telling me in that interview that you mentioned earlier that
Oh
like
yeah.
he feels like he's healthier than than he's been in a long time. He like was sick for a while, had some issues with recovery after COVID, but yeah, he says he's back to 100% now. He said he went to Albania, got right up there, the clean air, clean mountain air, and yeah, man, I think he's full speed ahead. He's ready to go.
All right, Harry at BB Harry Mac. We're gonna add the daddy some way, somehow. Let's fast forward 24 hours to Bellator 274 Saturday night. Aviv Ghazali, number 9 lightweight. Woo! Shout outs to Israel. Shout outs to Strong Island. Shout outs to Aviv, his father, Sarah, Renzo. Excuse me, Renzo. Jesus, sounded like, hey, Renzo Chiacchini. It'll snap my head off in a second. But before Aviv, we also have Kid Marvelous, Justin Montalvo. If you could give us a little preview to what you and I will see in person on Saturday, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think Kid is, on the feet, Kid's striking it's very, very good, man. For MMA, the way that he hunts the body and just keeps working that liver shot and just doesn't, you see a lot of guys start with it and then they'll abandon it or they'll go to it late in a fight, but he is just persistent with it, man. And it just wears guys down. It really does. I mean, I couldn't believe that his last opponent in Bellator survived the 3 rounds, just taking a battering the whole time.
That
There
it
was
was
a
brutal
10-8
for that
round in
guy's head
there.
because he was
Yeah, that guy took
smiling.
damage. He took damage. So, I think we'll probably see another similar performance from Kid. I think he should be able to outstrike this kid. And as for Aviv,
Yeah, can he outdo 11 seconds?
yeah, exactly, dude. The submission king, 6-0, 6 submissions. I mean,
Is it?
you know,
I didn't know it was 6 for 6. Holy shit.
yeah, man. Yeah, he's that jujitsu is no joke, man. No joke at all. And his striking has just gotten so much better over the last couple of years, since he got to law, started training with Ray. So, he's still so young. He's only 21 years old. Kid is only, what, kid's 23?
25.
25. That's right. 23.
Elder statesman.
Yeah, there you go. Both so young in the fight game and with so much room to still grow and improve. I think both men walk away with their perfect records intact. Both guys keep their zeros.
Wow, wow. Now you don't have to name names, but in the gym, man, is Aviv giving everybody trouble on the floor? Like, is
Of
he that
course,
nasty?
man. He's that jujitsu is no fucking joke at all.
Because you think like he might be like a prodigy. Now I didn't know it was 6 for 6. You hear the stories about him and his father training with Matt. Oh, now you're looking it up. I see it in your glasses.
I'm making sure. I'm
Believe me, I gotta
almost
get the
positive.
anti glares because people see me looking
There you go. Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah, 6 for 6.
if his father started, I think 20 to 25 years ago. I mean, around that same time, he sprouted out a little clone of him named Aviv. It's like, how long do you know this? How long has Aviv been on the mats? Is he like since 5?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly sure I've listened to some interviews with him and stuff like that, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he started as a kid with his dad.
Could be like the Israeli version of 300. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. No,
I
it's
can't.
it's nice to have a fellow tribesman, doing it in MMA at a high level where we aren't super well represented.
Oh, I thought you were Irish. Where's the
No,
back?
no, no.
Is it Macklin?
Mac is a it's what do you fucking call it? A pseudonym. Is
Age name?
that what it is? It's a
I
name,
don't
a
know.
name I write and make content under.
Okay, now I see the stern hair. Okay, makes sense. Oh man, Harry, you're the
Your boy's got
man.
a day job.
One day, man. One day, you're gonna
Exactly.
leave your day job. You will no longer have to lick Ray's ball. No, I'm just think of something funnier. That was bad. At BB Harry Mac on Twitter, at Bookie's Basement on Instagram. Harry, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the insight, and can't wait to see you in person this weekend, brother. I really appreciate the short notice, man.
That's right, man. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you up there. I really do appreciate you having me on, man. It's a pleasure. We'll definitely have to do it again sometime.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy with my boy Marco Berreondo, and I hope they say it correctly for the Flex Fight Series, New York versus Florida 2 this Saturday, Patchogue, New York, where Marco is also 1-0, where he put on a dominating performance in his first fight. He's going for that 2-0, a very important second fight. A lot of fighters, you see them, they go 1-1 and they start to lean away from martial art. The second fight, the first fight's an experience. The second fight, that could set you on your way. So Marco at Cali Jute, excuse me, at Cali Jitsu on Instagram. Marco, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Never felt better. Just ready to perform on Saturday. Weight cuts going smooth. Everything feels amazing. Never felt better.
Fantastic, man. Now I saw this. Is this per your request? The 140-pound catch weight. What's the deal with that?
I mean, to be honest, like I'm looking to come for the 35 title. Like I'm gonna just throw that out there. I don't mind sharing my business. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm coming for, and somebody's holding it, and unfortunately, that's mine. But I have been training. And I do respect the person that's holding it because he is a good fighter. His name's Rocco. I did my research on him. He's a Renzo
Oh
Gracie
yeah.
guy.
Last name
Yeah, so
shaved head, right? Little beard.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
he's
I
holding
know.
my belt.
He's a tough cat.
Yeah, no, most definitely. But like I said, like I do have utmost respect for him because he is like an outstanding fighter. I've seen his striking and his ground game looks to be a par too. Um, but the catch weight, I'm not too sure what's happening, bro. But at the end of the day, like I like to fight. So at the end of the day, like if they told me 40, 35, like I'm down for it. But 35 is where I'm gonna be at.
Now, I'm starting to learn about these. You see on the flex fight guys, they're like, "Oh, I'm number 7 in New York. In my weight
Yeah.
class, I'm number 2. I'm number 1." I'm like, "Okay, okay." I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty freaking crazy that the number 1 New York guy is fighting the number 1 California guy." Are you that like locked in that it's like you start to turn into like a Call of Duty, like your K versus D ratio? You're like very obsessed about it, or do you just ride the Cali wave into the fight? What is exactly your mindset in between fights?
Just to be honest, it's whoever wants, you could get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just we don't I think as a fighter, like and like I explain this to everybody because like the big question to everybody, like every time they like ran into me, like when they see the cauliflower, they ask about fighting, and then the big question is always what goes through your head when you walk in there, or like are you not scared? And the thing is, like I sat there and I thought about it, or like, but like my natural response is just like if you think about it, once they close that cage, it's either he's gonna fuck you up or you're gonna fuck him up. You know what I mean? Like, excuse my French, but like that's just the way it works. At the end of the day, I don't want him to hurt me. So at the end of the day, your instincts kick in. Like when I told them, like the first time when I stepped in, I felt like I was a gladiator in the Coliseum. They were just chanting for the kill. And it's like if the lion gets you, he's gonna kill you. But as a gladiator, you have to go and like take him out. And that's where the celebration comes from. So that's just my constant like thought. Like it's just like it's either kill or be killed.
Now, you wrestled, obviously, you were a successful wrestler. I've seen the tape of it. You mentioned your father was there for your
Yes.
matches. Man, you're skilled, you're strong, you're fast, you're very strong
Thank
for
you.
the weight class. Wrestling
Thank
can be many matches in a week, many matches in a season, and Dan Gable quote: "Once you wrestle in life, everything in life is easier. You are
you.
fighting now." Um, have you figured out, how to kind of, I guess you'd say, pace yourself for maybe the 4, the 6, the 8 weeks out from the fight, as opposed to training for during a wrestling season?
Yeah, most definitely, of course. Like a big thing like in the beginning it was like they were worried about my weight, like about weight cutting. But it's like it's calm cheddar, you know what I mean? Because we like through high school, like dude, like it's pretty fucked up. But like
That's the
sometimes we even
craziest.
starve stuff just to make weight, you know what I mean? Like I remember there was times like some of my boys were like making themselves throw up in the bathroom, like we would take laxatives. Like it's so much behind the scenes that I feel like a lot of people don't understand it. Like even today, like I was working, and I'm just like not in the best mood because I'm cutting weight. So my meals are going down, like my carb intake is low. So I just didn't want to be. I work at a gym, so like just being around people, like and everybody talking to me, I was like, fuck, like please, like I'm just hungry. I'm hangry. But to be honest, that's where it all comes from, man. Like just being strong to be able to push through that. It's part of the game. Everybody says, why do you do it? It's just part of the game. Like these are like just like for example, uh you want to get that OT, you got to pay rent at the end of the day. You're going to come to work and you're going to pick up as many hours as you can. Same thing with that, even if you're like you're feeling like your stomach's caving in, your organs are like rolling and stuff, cuz that's what it feels like, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like and like the dehydration part too is just all part of the game, man. And I feel like people fail to credit that a lot.
You're definitely big for the weight class. Again, we're being joined by at Cali Jitsu, Marco Berreondo, fighting this Saturday, February 19th in Patchogue Stereo Garden. Flex
Yes,
Fight
sir.
Series, New York versus Florida 2. Can you give us some insight to how much? I've seen 140 catch weight. I know you're talking about 135. Are you floating in the high 150s?
Yeah, I'll tell
Okay.
you right now. So I mean, for example, like my last fight, I weighed in at 139. I walked into that cage weighing at 155 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, so my weight cuts are really well. Like, like my weight cuts are like really good. And like cuz I'm aware of what could do it for me and what can't. And I know what like what eating the wrong way will do to me and how much more work I would have to do to cut that weight. Like right now I'm like in between like 48 to 46. But that's just like watching my meals and stuff. But once I carb up and eat and everything, I'll jump back up to 55, 58.
Wow, wow. So more domination. What are some of the new techniques? Obviously, you have the
Oh,
strong wrestle
dude.
breaks, base. You're
I'm
learning the striking. Can you give us some
Dude,
insight?
I'm fucking excited to demonstrate my striking. I'll
Okay.
tell you that much. Cause like I know he's expecting me to just grapple it out. Fuck no, bro. We can stand up if you want to, baby. I got a lot coming on. Like not to
Wow.
sound cocky or anything, but I have some of the best coaches in the game right now. And like Xavier helped me a lot. Hansel Rena helped me a lot. Rob Weiser, his name's like Box Weiser on Instagram. You guys should check him out. Hell of a striking coach. Like some of the best in the game. And my boy Chami too. He's on Warriors Nation too. He's a big help as well. Just looking to display that, man. Like I didn't take a second fight instantly because for one I obviously had some jujitsu stuff I had to take care of. I just won a title. But like mainly, man, like I just every time I go out there, I want to be a new fighter. I want to be like to display why I don't belong in Amis no more. To display why I belong in a bigger arena. And that's what I'm looking to demonstrate this fight. It's gonna be a better performance, most definitely. Like I feel like my other fight was a lot of grappling. This time I should be able to hit him in the face while he's on the floor. So if I don't knock him out on my feet, then I should take it to the ground and I'll maul him there. But most definitely, I feel like I said, I feel like the best I've ever been in my life. And my hands, man, like my kicks, everything just feel delicious.
Definitely not for your opponent, man. This fight's gonna be awesome, man. I'm really happy to see what you got cooking. How many
Thank
teammates are gonna be on the card?
So I have Josh, we got Michael, I have Kate, I have my son BG in there. Yeah, just four of us
Nice.
warriors.
Nice.
Yeah, 4-0, baby. Let's look to it.
That's
I believe
fantastic.
in all my fellow warriors, and we train hard with each other. Just constantly pushing each other. Like even when we're not in the gym, just constantly hitting each other up, just reminding each other, like, yo, you're a fucking warrior. You're about it, and this is your life.
Now, have you seen? Are you the main event for this card?
No, 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 I'm not. Unfortunately, not. It's my brother is actually doing it. Josh Abrahams. He's fighting for the title against Adam.
Did you
That's in the main card.
Oh, Adam Levine or something?
Yeah.
I
So
know
so
it.
my brother Josh. Yeah, he's doing it.
Ah, woo,
Yep.
man.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Looking forward to that
on
fight, man.
on
My
Sure
brother's
Dog,
gonna do
you're the main event.
on what?
What? Look, watch. No joke. Uh,
Are you serious?
this is gonna be hysterical. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I was not aware of this.
So if we go to the events, can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
There we go. Flex. You see,
Oh wow. Oh
dude.
well, I'm not fighting that guy no more.
This is a sign, though. Main event.
Hopefully, I'm looking forward to it. If it is, then like I'm looking to clock in, clock out, put a bigger show than I did last time.
That's why I was like, oh shit. I was like, no problem. If Marco's got to blow me off, man, he's got the freaking main event
Hell no.
energy. I get it.
Listen, man. I tell everybody, no matter who I'm fighting, no matter who I'm fucking with, no matter what company, what organization I'm fighting for, at the end of the day, my loyalty stands where it's at. Like Warriors Nation, I'm sticking with them for life. And like everybody who supports me now, I know what fake love feels like, and I know what real love feels like. You feel me? Like, and you out of everybody, like you have been one of the people that like you showed me love in the beginning, dude. I was working fucking front desk, and you gave me the utmost respect still. So for that, like like
Had to,
till
man.
I
You
make
were
it.
freaking doing the gable grip on me, kicking my ass on the turf. I was like, respect, respect, respect.
No, 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 no. But like, thank you, man. Like, I greatly appreciate that. And like, even now, like you doing this interview in the future, I'll repay it to you even more, man. Like when I make it big, you could, most
Yep.
definitely be there as well.
God bless you, man. I don't know. I feel great things are coming for you, man. And we spoke before the recording about your social media influence. It's like you got talent, and I'm starting to see
Thank you.
more and more that I don't know. We're right on the fringe of the Conor McGregor era being in our rearview mirror. If you speak well, not only if you fight well, but if you speak well, carry yourself a certain way. Maybe it's I don't know, Kevin Holland. Even Hamzat's pretty cool on social media. There's just
Yep.
as long
Israel put on a good social media flex this fight though.
who
Like he said it himself.
who did
Uh, um, Adesanya, he went big on social media and on everything, like flexing in his like in his designer stuff, bro. Like he said he wanted to do it big, and like I respect that. I fucked with that heavy.
I respect with the pulling off the pearls, the nails,
Yup,
very
yup.
in touch with this feminine side. Or you know what? I think we're really gonna start to see like clothes websites. It's not gonna say male or female. It's just gonna be clothes. It's gonna just be whatever you want.
So so speaking about clothes, I am having a clothing drop after I win my fight. So after I win my fight, I'm looking to put out a hoodie. Uh, I don't want to go too much into detail as to what it is, but like it's gonna be something that's mixed with martial arts and
Wow.
psychedelics. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like it's a really wavy like design. My friend Ness, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He's helping me design it as well. Like I drew it out, but he's a graphic designer, and so he's making the image crisp. So definitely look to cop that up.
All right. All
It's
right.
wavy here.
And staying with social media, man. And what I was saying, the limelight's going to come, whether it's CES out in New England, whether it's the CFFC, whether it's ROC in the next step of your mixed martial arts pro career. God willing, just the camera and the limelight, it's going to come to you, man. It seems like you have talent, whether it's singing, whether it's acting, improv. It's funny when you do the emotional, when you do the comedy, when you're talking to yourself. Talent, man. It really is
Thank
talent. Where does that come
you.
from? Is that just being a people person, or is this who you always were?
I mean, like as a kid, like I was always the class clown. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
really?
Like
There you go.
yeah, like I was pretty bad as a kid. Like I love to make everybody laugh.
There you
That was
go.
my thing. Like, and I thought about it like and even thinking about it now and rephrasing that is like when I was in school, that like I would always get in trouble and they would ask me like, why are you doing it? I just like to make people laugh. That was my excuse. I like to make people laugh, and the kids were enjoying it, and they looked at me like that's such a bullshit excuse. Well, guess what? I'm an adult and I still give myself that excuse because that's what it is. Like I love to see people happy, even if I'm in my shittiest point. I will forever uplift everybody around me.
I respect
Because
that.
yeah, like even like walking in New York, no matter what, I just be like, hey, how you doing? Or like, hey, have a good day. Even if they don't respond, you don't know if somebody's going to their house to blow their brains out.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know what somebody's going through. They could have lost their best friend, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, whatever. You know what I mean? Like just with that little, hey, how are you doing? Could change everybody's life from here to here. You get what I'm saying?
Wow. Wow.
So that's just the way I live day to day life.
And I you are one of those cats, man, who makes things look easy. It's like I don't want to hear about the successful guy who's just a pain in the ass to everybody around him. He's just like friction, everything's grinding around him. I want to hear about the successful guy who makes things look easy, man. And you're a grinder. You put in the work, you put in the hours on the mat at your job, just as a human being, and you make it look easy. That I respect it.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And like that one thing about the job thing, like, something I do want to say for whoever's watching this, and like I'm even gonna say this after I win my fight. Um, just for all athletes, I feel like I speak for all of us. Just you don't see enough of us, and you might see not the best of us because life hits, reality hits, financially everything hits. We have to work because we don't make a lot of money off of this stuff. Like you guys love to watch us, but like, you could also support us. You feel me? So there's more than enough resources to be able to do so, and we're available for it. You want to see more of us, then help us out. That's all I could say.
Yeah, man. It's funny. You got the big four sports: baseball, basketball,
Mhm.
hockey, and football. And it's like fighting, man. It's like 100 years ago. It's basically where you
Yeah.
hear these baseball players who are playing for the Yankees, and then they have a full time job at like a factory or. I mean, it's
Yep.
like it's a grind, man. This era, this generation of fighter, it's I you might be on the wave. You're young enough. I think what are you, 22, 23?
I'm turning 23 in April.
See, there you go. By the time you're 30, it should be, man, like the minimum for the UFC guys, it might be 50 to show, 50 to win. So you never know. But
And that's good, but like the
yeah, it's not.
highest paid athlete right now is a soccer player. No disrespect to,
Let me
to
guess.
soccer players.
Messi,
No, Ronaldo.
50 mils, something.
Yeah, he's the highest paid athlete in any sport. So like, and like I'll tell you this much, man, like no disrespect like to soccer, to any other sports. Like my pops, he plays soccer and he loves it. But at the end of the day, bro, like it's like they don't put a lot at risk like we do. Not for nothing, but like we go out there, like even in training, bro, we're out here like, like pulling limbs, fucking hitting each other, you know what I mean? Like this shit takes tolls on our body, believe it or not. And I feel like I said, like a lot of this shit takes like people don't take it into accountability. They just go like, pay a ticket. We don't get that majority of the ticket, and they watch the fight, and it's like boom, boom, boom. Have a good day, and now we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like now we're just like, okay, we'll wait for the next fight. Maybe we can make just enough to be able to live a good life or above average. And so like like maybe at least for right now that's the way it is. But for sure, when I make it big, I'm gonna look to like help a lot of like a lot of the social media shit. That's why I'm building it up right now. Like I'm big on networking a lot, no matter what I do, whether it's fucking TikToking, Instagramming, like no matter what, bro. Like a lot of people do like I won't say downgrade, but like they do talk shit about me doing like TikToks and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it's okay with me because at the end of the day, like I feel like people are just mad because I'm doing what I'm doing, being me. You feel me? Like it's just you're like you might be mad because you're not able to like be diverse in that sense and be okay with it. There's such a high level of fucking machismo and fighting that nobody is comfortable with fucking doing some funny shit or like like something out the norm. And I'm okay with that because there's more to fighting than just fighting. And I feel like everybody fucking forgets that. One of my teammates told me the other day, you know what we've been trying to do? We've been trying to have a little bit more fun because we forget to have fun. And that's the biggest thing, man. Never suck the fucking fun out of what you love to do. You know what I mean? Like every day I show up, yo, I know I'm gonna go see Andrew. You know what I mean? Like go chill with him, have fun. You know what I mean? Like seeing my boys in jujitsu. I know we're gonna be cracking some fucking jokes, talking about girls, like all this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like that's part of it, bro. You know what I mean? You don't go to work, clock in, and just no. You like actually, hey, what's up, bro? Like, dude, guess what? I just got to argue with my wife. Like, oh, this, that, and the third. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, did you see that girl in the gym? Like, bro, there's so much shit that happens, and people forget to live life. You know what I mean? But then again, don't get it confused because like a big saying that my dad says, you can't be faithful to two gods. And what that means is don't um don't try to have a regular life with a $1 million dream. You get what I'm saying? So like I can't be out here not sacrificing a social life while trying to like to become the best fighter in the world, you know?
It
So
seems like you're enjoying the process, enjoying the journey.
oh fuck yeah, I love it, dude. It's my lifestyle. Like if you look at my Instagram, this is all I do. You know, my that's all my life consists of. And you know, maybe here and there I'll go out with my friends. You know what I mean? Like there'll be times I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I do slack and like I go out a little bit more than I should. That I know I check myself. Or maybe sometimes my friends will tell me too, "Yo, Cali, you're wilding, bro. Like you know, you gotta stay focused." I'm like, "All right, cool, thank you, I appreciate that. Those are your real friends." You know what I mean? Because anybody could be like, "Oh, you just won your fight, bro. Let's go fucking drink. You know, don't worry about the next one." You know, the next one comes, you get fucked up, and that's that.
I've seen now, again, we're being joined by Marco Berreondo at Cali Jitsu on Instagram. He's fighting Flex Fight Series this Saturday, February 19th in Patchogue Exterior Garden, New York versus Florida. Two better kick Florida's ass, even though I feel like New York and Florida is like cousins, like if there's like a state versus state relationship. But somebody fought at Flex in the same card as Pedro on October 16th, Justin Montalvo. Been getting pretty cool with, pretty close. Really, he's a quiet dude, but once you get to know him, he opens up. He's 25. He's maybe within the next year, 15, 18 months of getting in the UFC. If God's willing, man, you never know. But
Oh, you're
his
talking
father,
about I know who you're talking about. I
Kid
think his name's Kid
Marvelous.
Marvelous or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
dude, I like his body shots, bro. Those shits are sick. Like I was there. I was actually there for his when it was Triton when they fought in Tampa, and
okay.
he dropped that dude, the that white dude, the dude with the tan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I was
dude.
just so hanging out with him. We were watching that fight for the first time. I was like, man, this guy is tan as shit. It looks like Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
he was fucking orange, and the fact that the octagon was like was red didn't help, you know. But most respect, he did put up a good fight. But Justin's fucking body shots, bro, like I really respect that because that's one of the biggest things my dad tells me. Always go, everybody headhunts. You know, nobody really focuses on the body, and my son
True.
Justin does a really good job of doing that, bro. So utmost respect to you.
Dude, maybe one time, either I could try to get him to come down to War Nations because I got to get there. I've been slacking. I know I
Hell yeah,
wanted to
bro,
do this in
whatever.
person and vice versa. If you could come out to Law on Long Island, um,
Yeah,
dude, it's so funny. I signed up for Sarah now. I'm doing my thing. I don't know if you can see the redness. People elbow me. The fat older guys they just lay on top of you. Um,
yeah, I
somebody
believe
just
in that.
starts talking. They're like, "Man, you know that dude Andrew Franco?" And I'm just like, I'm changing. I'm just doing my
Yeah,
thing, acting, holding a microphone above it. No, and all of a sudden they're like, "Man, that guy Andrew, oh, I don't know." And I go, "Do you want me to text him?" They're like, "No, no, no, we're cool, we're cool. He beat us. We're cool, respectful." And I
yeah,
literally 20 minutes later when this happened, I call Andrew. I go, "Yo, Drew, wake up!" And he's like,
yeah.
What's up, 50?" I go, "Yo, they're talking about you." He goes, "What's new?" And he just hung up the phone and went back to sleep. I go, "That's a boss move." But
Nah,
I'm
fucking
drifting.
Andrew,
I'm
man.
drifting. But my point is, you mentioned some friends, maybe they could pull you in a certain direction. What I'm seeing, being around Justin Moore and where they have they're on the cusp, man, of getting that UFC 4-fight deal, and then you see where you go from there.
Hmm.
Justin's father is just hammering home his circle that he doesn't want people pulling him the wrong direction. His father is like screened me basically. He like, "Oh, what's your background? Oh, I saw you this on the site. Oh, you this," and he wanted to make sure that I wouldn't influence Justin in a negative way. And I had to explain that I train too. Like I could diet, lose weight. Like I'm about the grind, and it's like I respect it, man. So basically, I'm letting you know, man, if you can't do that, those henny nights or some of the hangouts with the chica, all of a sudden she's like, yeah, just come on, it's 3 a.m, come over. It's like
Nah,
sacrifices, man. So and I
nah,
think
most
you're the type
definitely.
of person that's ready for that grind.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's my life, dude. Like, and like honestly, like I tell everybody, like you go to work and you save your money for something bigger. So this is me going to work and looking to it for the bigger picture. I'm saving up for that. And like all the knowledge I obtain, I'm looking to display that. And like everybody says, are you ever scared somebody's gonna catch onto your game? Never that, because I'm always gonna improve and I'm always gonna become a better fighter, no matter what. It's a white belt mentality for life, baby.
Wow. Amazing, man. Amazing. So
Thank you.
are we getting a title fight within this year?
Yes, that's the goal. You know what I mean? And like I said, I respect them, but you're holding something that's supposed to be mine.
Wow. Amazing, man. How's the personal life? How's the girl? How's the fam? Everything's cool?
Yeah, everything's cool. I mean, as far as like girlfriends, man, like I had a rough patch last year.
You
Well,
said
these last
girlfriends with
years.
an S?
Yeah. As far as girlfriends, like in general, because like to be honest,
You
man,
gotta
like
fight them off you, man. Especially you're showing your personality. Dude, you are a catch, man. Just again, distractions.
no. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not even that. Like I was just about to say, like 2 years ago, I was in a little like a little phase of being like depressed over somebody. But like I dug myself out of that hole. I just been focusing on me, man, like becoming a better me. Because at the end of the day, if like somebody leaves you, you never want them to find you in the same place they left you at. So apart from that, like yeah. So like, because if he does like ever come back, bro, like I'm obviously don't want to be the same person, bro. Like fuck out of here. You want to upgrade. But anyways, like going back to that topic, I just been focused on me, bro. Like anybody like that I even think about investing my time to has to be worth it because there's just so much on my plate right now. Like fighting is my first relationship. My job is my second relationship. And sometimes like right now I'm not in school anymore, but like it's because I'm really focused on getting this title. But like that's my third relationship. You know what I mean? And of course, always the relationship with the higher power. But you know, apart from that, like Earth has been treating me really well, and like I fuck with the energy that it's giving me. And I feel like there's a lot in my path that's coming up, and I've been manifesting a lot, and of course, bro, like just positivity spreads throughout the whole plantation,
Now, how we looking? How many abs we got? I know you're normally ripped, but is this like peak shape? Are you like crazy
Oh
shredded?
yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty shredded right now. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, bro. And when I get to the face offs, you'll see, bro. Like I'm ready to take this kid out, bro, with all due respect.
Amazing, man. Amazing. And hit up Chris, hit up Nick, the owners of the Flex Fight, man. Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. You deserve to
Of
get it.
course.
You speak well, you fight well, you
Thank you.
walk and you talk. It's amazing, man. And only great things on the horizon for you and the Warriors Nation fam. Again,
Greatly
Marco
appreciate
Berreondo at Cali Jitsu on Instagram, fighting this Saturday Flex Fight Series, New York versus FL2. Let's go, New
it.
York.
Aru.
Let's go, Marco. Here we go, brother.
Go Aru.
Back to your boy in the main event. Tough fight. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
wait for it.
Yeah, for sure. That's my brother right there, man. He works hard for his, and he's only been doing it for 2 years, bro. And he deserves it. He deserves it. He's a fucking hard worker, one of the hardest working like people I know, and hell of a fucking person too, bro. Genuine heart too.
All
Amazing
right.
guy. Joshua Abrahams, man.
Hopefully 4-0 for the Warriors
Yup.
Nation on Saturday. And then you
Fuck
guys
yeah.
can enjoy the wonderful bars and Patchogue. That was my stomping ground growing up, man. A lot of stories. I've been knocked out there and I've almost knocked up somebody there. I wasn't
Dude, nah,
knocked out. I was dropped. Like I got
yeah.
sucker punched. I got dropped. I remember the
Damn.
bouncer was holding me up. Like he scooped me under my armpits and he's like, "Are
Yeah.
you good?" I go, "What the fuck?"
You were like, am I?
Dude, I will enjoy the social media influence that you got going. And of course, what you do with your fists, work with your hands, you earn your money with your hands. And I respect it, Marco. Thank you for the time, brother.
Of course.